Hey there guys, welcome back to another episode of Misplaced Garage. I know it's been a while since I posted a video. Life got really busy. A lot of the projects kind of stayed the same there for a while because I think it was probably a month or so of me not actually really working on anything. Triumph is still in the state that it was when I left it. We took both the motorcycles on a motorcycle trip. Green bike did really good. Orange bike didn't do so good. I learned that the main jet was clogged after riding like 40 or 50 miles of just basically punishing the bike, unfortunately, but it still seems to be intact and it's still running okay. But I've got a couple more parts for this bike, and if you're wondering, this is a 1973 TS250 Savage. After riding the bike a while, I realized that this thing is more set up for like just about highway speeds. Somebody messed with the gearing a little bit. These bikes came factory with either a 39 or a 39 or a 41 tooth rear sprocket. Somebody put a 38 tooth rear sprocket on here. It's ideal for highway speeds, but it's not ideal for actually being on a trail. So I picked up a 41 tooth one. So this should help with a little bit of acceleration, but I will lose a little bit of top speed, but I think that's okay since this isn't going to be a road only bike. Along with a new set of handlebars. These are kind of a repop handlebar. It's not an exact clone, but these handlebars, when I got the bike, somebody laid it down and the handlebars are bent and it makes the riding experience not very good. I wish it was a closer style of handlebar, but this is what I could come up with because every single one seemed to be bent. So this top bar there is just a little bit shorter, but this might actually end up making the riding experience even better because the TS kind of has a weird geometry in my opinion. This is going to be a huge improvement over that last bar. It might look a little different, but honestly I don't think anyone will be able to tell. Show you guys how bent this bar is. So yeah, you really can see that it threw my balance off quite a bit riding on some trails and stuff like that, but that's going to be much better than it was. Alrighty guys, well since I got the handlebars on, I actually haven't been able to ride the bike because a jet got clogged. I think the pilot jet got clogged, so it won't actually idle or do anything right. So I got some new fuel line along with, wherever it went, an inline fuel filter. But what I am gonna do is drain the tank, throw some metal pieces in there and shake it around, and hopefully I will get all that out of there. But first I gotta start with draining the tank. This should fix my problem. I put one, because that bike used to do it, because that doesn't have a very good tank either. This tank's actually nicer, but I think it's just because I haven't cleaned it at all. But the fuel filter fixed that bike from having no issues, so I'm pretty sure this will fix it for this bike too. So I don't think you guys are going to believe this, but I was shaking the tank upside down and I was hearing something. That is a stick. There's a stick in this gas tank. That's a first. Well, that is a first. This is a full-blown stick that just came out of there. Wow, that is insane. That is a first. Well, now I really have to clean this thing pretty darn good. But this, that makes sense why my jets were clogging, because there is a literal stick in there. Dang. I'll have a new gasket for the petcock that goes up here, so I'm not going to take the petcock out. So that means I'm also not going to put metal in there because I don't want to damage the interior of the petcock. So I'm just going to rinse it out with some distilled vinegar, and that should help clean out a lot of the metal stuff in there. Now while I've got the tank off, I have a new, whatever, the bottom of the petcock, the bowl. I've got a new O-ring for that, along with a new valve seal, so that maybe the petcock will actually stop the fuel when it's in the off position, because before it was just staying on all the time. Not that that was a big deal since my carburetor is good other than clogged jet now, but that makes sense because there was a stick in it. But yeah, I'm gonna give it a quick polish and wax and make it look really nice. So it's not perfect. I didn't go crazy with it. I didn't take it all the way down to a buffing compound. I just did a quick polishing compound because this tank actually has very little paint missing, and I don't want to take off any more clear coat than I have to. So it's pretty darn close to being good enough. It's not museum quality. Obviously there's a massive dent in the side of it, but I'm stoked about it. Looks a lot better. Now I need to throw some sealant on it. I have a polymer sealant, and then I will throw some wax on top of that, but I'm going to work on the petcock before I do that. And I think eventually I might have to get some paint and paint these letters back in so that they're white again. Petcock won't actually turn off when I turn the fuel to off, which is quite annoying. So ideally, this valve seal will fix it. There's that old O-ring deal. Throw a new one in there. Now that I got the tank kind of all good to go, I'm going to add some power lock polymer sealant. This stuff is awesome. It's extremely hard and durable. Now the next most important task is go eat food while this is drying. So sure enough, pulled it apart. Pilot jet was clogged, kind of like I thought. So cleaned that. Got that all ready to go. Now having an inline filter on the bike is probably going to help out my jet clogging issue tremendously, along with having the tank cleaned out, so there shouldn't be as much gunk and stuff in there left. I mean, there's probably still some since it's a 50-year-old tank, but here's to hopefully no more clogging jets. Now before I put this gas back in, I'm going to kind of filter it out. So what I've got here is just a clean rag wrapped with a rubber band around the mouth of this plastic container, and that should just take out any of the larger impurities. Alrighty, well the bike is out there warming up. I'm going to throw you guys on the helmet, go for a ride. Alright, new handlebars. I have not put the sprocket on yet. Pretty good. just because it's not fully warmed up yet, or? See if anything changes, because it might just be because it's not completely warmed up. Well, I've still got more stuff to do on the bike, but that will come in time. Sorry if this video seems like there was multiple parts to it. That's basically because there was. I've been extremely busy lately, but I did get the 99 Cobra in the garage and moved the Triumph into the backyard. And if you guys couldn't tell, there's a camper back there now, so I might have a video on that, getting that thing dialed in. Anyways, guys, if you liked the video, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing, and I will see you in the next one.